Watch them all say jumping in. Here. Oh, hey, gonna start. Hey. Oh, hey, bro, back there, you gonna get them.
That's not like my country.
That little foot ain't nothing to play with.
Right.
5,000. I would have thought it was more than that.
Ooh, cuz you trying to fight me. Oh, he's dead.
Hell no.
Are you trying to try some jiu-jitsu now?
Hey, chill out.
I know, he said, hey, chill out. Hey, we got hot coffee here.
Playing for I'll put a magnet to your head.
This thing is crazy.
They're giving you the mini version. Here you come again. Look at him. Is he coming over here to me? It's a robot. Yeah, he's coming over here. Oh, it's the... And the thing coming this way. He's walking backwards. And look at the kids. Look at the kids. The kids are in love with him. They're giving you the mini version.
Shalom. We're going to start this off by giving honor, praise, and glory to Yahweh, by Hashem, Yahushai, Yahweh Kakwadash. Peace and salutations to the elect men of Israel, starting with the other apostles of GMS on down to the rest of you brothers and the brothers that I labor with, who are all diligently pushing forth the will and doctrine of Yahweh Hashem Yahushai in all faith, truth, and sincerity according to the true understanding of the scriptures. To all of you, I say shalom. So, that first video I played, was a video I came across after watching, this lesson the brother had did, the video I played before playing this, I believe I seen probably like a day or two ago. And, it's crazy because, you just, you're seeing it more and more. This is exactly what was being spoken about within this lesson, that the brother did, beautiful lesson. Just going into how, Esau is setting up these wicked devices, and how it's of darkness, right? And those of Jake that aren't in the know, but are how I say it, or really I should say it like how the brother has said it, are in a stupefied state, they're gonna compromise and go along to get along with with this technology that's being presented, right? They gonna get caught up in the midst of this, thinking shit's cool, because that's really what you see within this video, right? Like, you got a whole bunch of Jakes all sitting around laughing, ha ha, kikiing, and it's like, it's almost like a simulation, you know. It's like an experiment, you know. It like data testing, trying to see how much gonna be dealing and interacting with this wicked ass shit, you know. Like the brother had said in his lesson, you know, first thought that came to mind was like that shit needs to be destroyed, you know, like eradicated. Cause it's not of anything that's of the Lord, you know, and this is something that's actually gonna be used against our people, you know. You laughing, haha, kikiing, but it's gonna be, you know, these exact devices, these wicked devices that Esau has set up, that's gonna get a lot of our people killed, you know, those that aren't enlightened, those that aren't in the know, you know, those that are blinded by, you know, the God of this world. And you know, I got a few scriptures, you know, and I'm gonna start it off with one of the ones that the brother had brought out in his lesson, you know, and this is Isaiah chapter 16 verse 2. It says, "For behold, the darkness shall cover the earth, and gross darkness the people." You see, so this is, you know, the dark times, right? All this technology, you know what I'm saying, is in the process of taking over, you know. It says, and gross darkness the people, right? And that's, you know, these ignorant jakes, these two-third jakes, these simple jakes, these jakes that's going along to get along, you know, trimming their ways to seek love, you know, from all the wrong people, from all the wrong spirits, from all, you know what I'm saying, not looking to seek the love of Yahweh B'Shem Yahushua, right? And because of that, and them not truly knowing the Lord, you know, going on to reject the Lord, it's gonna be their demise and their downfall, you know. I'll grab this real quick. This is 2 Corinthians 4 verse 4. It says, "In whom the God of this world," you see, the God of this world is Esau, Edom, right? The earth has been given into the hands of the wicked, right? This is what's being made and presented in this world, you know, this wicked world. But it says, "In whom the God of this world have blinded the minds of them which believe not." You know, all these fake believers, you know what I'm saying, lukewarm, half-ass, cold, right? Reprobates. All these different people trying to establish their own righteousness, picking and choosing when they want to, you know, deal with the Lord, picking and choosing when they want to follow his word, picking and choosing when they want to turn back, you know. They trying to do as thou wilt. They ultimately just following the blueprint, you know what I'm saying, of the ruler, right? And it's gonna be this ruler, you know, who's gonna get got, nonetheless, at the end of the day, you know. But you don't want to be trying to be in a position to get got with him, you know. You want to be trying to do all that you can to stay the fuck away from him and stay the fuck away from all these wicked ass devices that he has set up, you know. Don't get comfortable, complacent, and then become ignorant, being rocked the fuck to sleep for this nigga to come and take you out. But it says, "Lest the light of the glorious gospel of Mashiach, who is the image of God, should shine unto them." right? And that's gonna shine onto those that are in the know, right? Because jumping back to the Isaiah, that's what it goes on to say in the second half of the verse, right? So reading it again, Isaiah 60 and 2. For behold, the darkness shall cover the earth, and gross darkness the people. It says, and this is what I'm getting at. But the Lord shall arise upon thee, and his glory shall be seen upon thee. You know? And that's like what the brother said in his lesson. There's gonna be a people that's in the know, right? It's gonna be those that's enlightened to what's going on out here, you know? And they gonna be kept from all this darkness. All these wicked ass devices, these wicked ass things that set up to destroy you. You know? This isn't the time to be trying to get all lackadaisical, right? And the other scriptures is this one, you know, that the brother had brought out. Right? Micah chapter 2 and verse 10, it says, arise ye and depart, for this is not your rest, because it is polluted. It shall destroy you, even with a sore destruction. This isn't your rest, so this isn't the time to begin complacent and trying to relax. You know? Get comfortable and trying to get all extra invested in this shit. You invest in this shit, you invest in your destruction. That sore destruction. Again, it's polluted. This isn't the world that we are to be, you know, getting a recompense or, you know, reparations or anything. You know, it's going to be in the world to come, right? The world of Jacob, you know, the world of Yahweh Bashim Yahushua, putting us back in the true judgment seat, you know, being the rulers of the world. That's the position that we looking to strive for, that we looking to receive, that you should be looking to receive. You know, you can't forget this world that you in, and can't forget what your enemy has in mind, has in store. You know, I'm gonna get this real quick. This is Psalm 64, and I'm gonna start at I'm gonna start at 5. It says, they encourage themselves in an evil matter, right? And that they being the wicked, Esau, Edom. It says they commune of laying snares privily, you know? And this is one of those snares. You thinking this is some cool shit to get into, to buy into, get invested in, think, oh, you know, I should have one, or this would be good to try to. Nah. They Ben told you, you know, in all different types of movies, right? That was something that the brother had said in his lesson, and that's completely on point. You know, you've been warned, you've been told, right? Everybody seen iRobot, everybody mentioned iRobot, but what are you doing to put yourself in position to not have it happen to you? You know? Are you paying attention to the damn devil, to your enemy? Are you trying to, you know, make sure that you were in a position to not get got? But it says, they commune of laying snares privily, saying, who shall see them? Right? They think we so stupid, but Jake is stupid. So where they gonna fall for this shit? But we not. You know, those that are truly seeking the Lord, you know, those that are gonna have, you know, the Lord's glory be seen upon them, you know. It says they search out iniquities. They accomplish a diligent search. Both their inward thought, it says like both the inward thought of every one of them and the heart is deep. So this is something they like wholeheartedly meditating on and actually putting into work now as we speak. You're seeing it. This is what's going on here, you know. And same thing in this video that the brother used. Jay completely bugging, thinking this is some cool shit to be trying to interact with. Right? So, let me get my next verse here. It's Isaiah chapter 32. And I'm going to start at verse 6. It says, for the vile person will speak villainy. That vile person is Esau Edom. It says, and his work will work iniquity to practice hypocrisy. Saying all kinds of shit. Him being a hypocrite. You know? Saying about these decrees that he don't follow himself. Right? And real quick, actually, let me grab that first and then jump back there. Isaiah chapter 10. This is Isaiah 10 and 1. It says, woe unto them that decree unrighteous decrees. Right? They're going to be setting up all kinds of laws, you know, legislations. They're going to be setting up all these different, all these different bills and all these different laws and rules, right? Just to destroy the righteous, destroy our people, right? They gonna try to do everything they can to wipe us out because they know, just as it says in Revelation. Grab that real quick. Revelation 12 and 12, it says, therefore rejoice ye heavens, and ye that dwell in them. Right? Those are gonna be the righteous, those that's truly seeking the Lord, you know, those that's actually of the Lord, that are looking to you know, hold on to, you know, the glorious gospel of Yahweh B'Shem Yahweh Shai, right, and the light that comes with it, right? Those that are actually in the image of Yahweh B'Shem Yahweh Shai, right? Those that are letting their light shine, right? Doing the work, pointing out these things, right, and not giving place to Satan to destroy them. But it says, therefore rejoice ye heavens, and ye that dwell in them. Woe to the inhabitants of the earth and of the sea, for the devil is come down unto you, having great wrath, because he knoweth that he hath but a short time. You see? So he gonna try to do all that he can to try to prevent this from happening. Right? His inward thought, because of him being such a cunning hunter and being so good at deceiving our people, he think he gonna be able to make his world, his house last forever. You know? But that's not the case. That's not the case at all. Right? Because it says, and that was that next verse, I believe it was Psalm 64:7 says, but God shall shoot at them with an arrow. Suddenly shall they be wounded. It says, so they shall make their own tongue to fall upon themselves. All that see them shall flee away. And that's what's going to happen at the end of the day, you know? But again, we got to make sure that we doing what we need to be doing now to get to that point to where we able to flee. To where we're, you know, under the protection of Yahweh B'Shem Yahweh Shai. We're not getting caught up in the midst of that destruction. The destruction that he going to throw and the destruction that the Lord going to, you know what I'm saying, get rid of him with. You know? But we not trying to be partakers with them in any way, shape, form, or fashion. Right? It's Psalms 10, and I'm going to jump back to that Isaiah 32, right? But it says, Psalms 10 and verse 2, it says, the wicked in his pride doth persecute the poor. Let them be taken in the devices that they have imagined. You see? It says, for the wicked boasteth of his heart's desire, and blesseth the covetous, whom the Lord abhorreth. So he doing all that he can to go against the Lord. It says, the wicked through the pride of his countenance will not seek after God. God is not in all his thoughts. And that's exactly, that's the way that the ruler is, and that's how the people are as well. They just, with their mouths, you know, honor the Lord, but their actions go completely against it. And that's including a lot of these jakes thinking they doing right, but knowing damn well, I can't even say they thinking it, because they know that they're not. And they choosing not to. They choosing to be ignorant. They choosing to go to sleep. And that's going to be your fucking demise. Those of you that are ignorantly not paying attention, those of you that are ignorantly not doing what you need to be doing to make sure that you are on point, to make sure you're in good standing, to make sure that you aren't getting caught up in this world. You not falling asleep, and you not, being counted slacking, We supposed to be giving heed to the doctrine, holding on to it, holding on to the wisdom that's given, right? And actually using it, applying it to our day-to-day and growing. But it says, his ways are always grievous. Thy judgments are far above, out of his sight. It says, as for all his enemies, he puffeth at them. Yeah, jumping to verse 8. It says, he sitteth in the lurking places of the villages. In the secret places doth he murder the innocent. That's his whole plan. That's what this is gonna lead to, That's what this is gonna lead to. All these wicked devices. It look all extra cute and cuddly now, all extra fun and dandy, until it's not. It says his eyes are privily set against the poor. You see? It says he lieth in wait secretly as a lion in his den. He lieth in wait to catch the poor. That's exactly what he's doing right now. Again, he completely, wholeheartedly putting, his mind to work to destroy us. It says he doth catch the poor when he draweth him into his net. You see? So you gotta make sure that you paying attention to who your enemy is and understanding what it is that he about. So jumping back here, right? Isaiah 32:6, for the vile person will speak villainy, and his heart will work iniquity to practice hypocrisy, and to utter error against the Lord, to make empty the soul of the hungry. And he will cause the drink of the thirsty to fail. It says the instruments also of the churl are evil. You see? That's what you got going on here. These things aren't good. These things are evil. Made with evil intentions. It says he deviseth wicked devices. You see? This is a wicked device. This is of that darkness, that was spoken about. Right? That'll cover all the earth. And that spirit of ignorance, that spirit of rocking much to sleep, all that's cool. That's all of this darkness. You don't want to get caught up in that. You want to hold on to the light that's of the Lord. And you want to keep that light lit. Keeping it trimmed and controlled. Keeping it bright. So that those that don't have the eyes to see are able to see it, are able to be led. Those that the Lord wants to be led. But it says, he deviseth wicked devices to destroy the poor with lying words. You see? You're gonna have these robots and these devices, same as you see, the early on stages of stuff, right? The Alexa, the Siri, all the shit being accommodating, making things easier to deal with, right? If it's easier, it's something to be more comfortable with, right? When you comfortable, you tend to have your guard down. And that's exactly the position that Esau wants you in. He wants you where your guard is down. That way he can get you into that trap, destroy you. You know what I'm saying? With his lying words, making it seem like this the next new thing to make your life easier. All to really destroy you. It says, even when the needy speaketh right. You see? So you can't be getting caught up in any of these things, because these are all the things pertaining to Jacob's trouble. You know? That's the time that we in. But you want to be like how it says at the latter part of that verse, right? It says, Isaiah 30:7, alas, for that day is great, so that none is like it. It is even the time of Jacob's trouble, right? It says, but he shall be saved out of it. And he is talking about those that have the glory of the Lord, those that got themselves right, those that are truly seeking the Lord, truly seeking the truth, right? Going on to cry aloud, spare not, lift up their voice like a trumpet, doing the work that they've been called to do, right? Not getting themselves invested in this world, not living after the flesh, but living after the spirit, looking to build themselves up in the spirit, looking to build grace and mercy upon themselves, ultimately to be able to receive that salvation that's to come. You know? So that's the position that you want to be in. You want to be in a position to be saved out of all this darkness that's to come. You want to be in a position to where you not getting caught up like the rest of these people that's in the world, you know, trying to get themselves invested in the world. Grab this real quick. And this also one that the brother had brought out in this chapter, right? I believe he had brought out 15 and 16, but even still then it's completely on the point, you know. Ephesians 5 verse 14, it says, wherefore he saith, awake thou that sleepest, you see, and arise from the dead. You're supposed to wake up, arise. This isn't the time to be in a resting state, as far as you being complacent and set on your leads, trying to invest in this world like this is the world to try to make a come up in. You live in your flesh. You know what I'm saying. You live in according to the flesh. You living to bring death upon yourself. It says, arise from the dead, and Hamashiach shall give thee light. Grab that, just so you can see it. It says, Romans 8:13, for if ye live after the flesh, ye shall die. You see? You bringing death upon yourself. That's why you're supposed to wake up, right? Come out from those that's dead, from the dead. Become lively. Have that light in you, right? It says, but if ye through the Spirit do mortify the deeds of the body, ye shall live. It says, for as many as are led by the Spirit of God, they are the sons of God. Those are going to be those that are saved out of it. These are going to be those that are in position to receive the Lord's salvation, to get beamed up on those ships, to be kept away, to be able to get into those bunkers, to get to safety, to be put in a safe and good position, because they was enlightened. They had the oil, you know. They were the righteous virgins, right? They had the oil. They had the Lord's wisdom. They held to his wisdom, knowledge, and understanding, and they lived it. So much that they had that light to be able to get to the end, to the end. That's what we should be striving for. So that's it. That's the point. Lord willing, this has been edifying. keep your head on the swivel, keep paying attention to what's going on out here, and don't get caught lacking. Don't put yourself in a position to be lacking. So with that, Kahalam La, Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahushai, Wahawa Kakudash. Till next time, Shalom.